Sport and Pastime was the first thing I read of his, and that's what drew me to him.
Writing, just as sex, is a matter of self-image.
He's toying with us. He's really provoking the reader.
Most Americans really write terribly about sex.
18, I think. She seems even younger. It frightens me, of course. Bodies lie pure and glistening. He talked of this as being one of the most successful portrayals of sexual romance that he knew of. And I was reading that on Sunday afternoon, and I thought I'm getting that on Monday morning. And indeed I did.
This is a really sexy book that you won't feel ashamed of yourself as you're reading it.
The building she lives in is dark. In a single move, she pulls off her sweater. Jeanne d'Arc, she says. He is her executioner, she says.
Several other publishers turned it down. They really felt they couldn't be caught publishing this outrageous, at the time, perhaps, book.
The whole book is this journey, this sensual, erotic adventure.
He has a hard-on half the time and wonders if there will be any trouble registering in the hotel. In the bathroom, he turns her around admiringly. She's very complacent with all her clothes off. The sum of small acts begins to unite them, the pure calculus of love.
I would say that Sport and Pastime is 100% erotic and 0% pornographic.
His art really is an art of distillation. It's like, I'm going to tell you what I think is important, but I'm not going to give you all the padding around it.
Sport and Pastime was the only thing I've written about France, really. It's a poem to provincial France.
The loss of chance, of chances, of innocence and moments.
Well, that's the whole point of the book, of course. I changed my name and changed my life.
I would rather have had James Salter's life than Proust's.
At that time, I didn't know what his history was. I didn't know the complete history of Jim and his background as a fighter pilot.
How could you aspire to live a life that glamorous? What you can tell yourself is that everything that James Salter writes has a quality of myth, and his own life is no different.
My father had gone to West Point. In any case, I went through West Point. I graduated with wings.
Jim could draw on all of this material. He was a man who's lived quite a remarkable life, certainly a life of action. His life as a pilot, as a flying officer.
I had made notes in Korea. The distant places, the comradeship, the idealism, the youth, the electric jolt that went through you when the MiGs came up. To finally earn the right to lead yourself, flights, squadrons, a few times the entire group. One of the things I thought I was writing about, which is there's only one time you are perfect for loving in life, and if you miss that time, if you ignore it or pass it by, you've really missed something.
I will die otherwise. I understand that now we can die of love. There's nothing better about young love since Romeo and Juliet than this. And it really struck me as being true when I said it. A sport and a pastime indeed, in moving service to love itself. You know, there's this great yearning.
Give us a kiss. Come on.
Give us a kiss.
There you are. You know, the French are very disposed toward writers. In a court trial, you probably could say, Je suis écrivain, I'm a writer, and get away with murder. I always liked the idea that the whores in Paris knew who Lamartine was.